Today, I'm going to share with you 3 new capabilities that we have been building since the last launch. We'll be very busy building every day. And this is going to focus on making your life even better, easier. Now we call our AI chatbot Justina. So let me go into the first one. So frequently, we have this challenge, whatever software you're using, whether CRM, ERP, or what, sometimes you don't know where to do certain things. If so, even same for HR software. Let's say you want to apply for off and new leave, and maybe the last time you applied is 6 months ago, and you don't know where. Even for an experienced HR person, let alone a new users, a new administrators, that, oh, how do I apply a particular leave? How do I do certain things? So this is always a challenge, and our support has been busy answering these kind of questions sometimes, or sometimes they call HR, ask HR. So that's a challenge we see, and we have been thinking about solutions. So this is the way we solve the problem, right? We have the Justina sitting at the side here. Anytime you have questions, you just ask Justina, right? Justina pop up, then you can ask questions like, okay, how do I apply off and new leave? Right, you just type there, and then Justina will then bring you to the page, straight to the page. And then you just click at the link and bring you there. That's how you do off and new leave. So you don't need to remember, don't need to write down the menu, the path, and all that. It will get you straight there. So for new users, this will be very helpful. Even for experienced users, for some features that you are not using it very regularly, don't worry. Anytime you forget about something, you just ask Justina how to do it. Okay, next example. I want to do certain things. How to set up bonus. I think about bonus time, right? We have a bonus setting that you did it last year, but this year you can't remember. So it's just how to do bonus processing and all that. Justina will show you the page and bring you straight to the page. There, you just click there and bring you to the page, and then you can do what you need to do. You no longer need to remember, right? Or even for HR, for new, you don't, if you attend a training for 3 hours or whatever, you may forget after you go back, right? But now you know that you can always rely on Justina to answer your questions. Right, one more example. Maybe, what is the question I want to ask? Okay, how to perform leave adjustment. Sometimes employee work OT, you want to say, I want to credit 1 day leave or things like that. You don't know. Last time you did it maybe 3 months ago. Now you can ask Justina. You'll show you where to click and go straight to the page that you need to do all things. So now you can be assured that you don't need to remember things. If you don't know how to do things in our system, ask Justina. We have trained Justina on all the function features, and he knows how to do things, where to do things. Right? Just ask that. So this basically, as a smart navigator to basically assure our customer, our users that we still provide training, but in case you don't remember, ask Justina. Right. And next features is about questions that employee have. You know, a few years ago, government came out with regulations that we need to have itemized pay slip for employees. Every employee, when they receive pay slip, last time is like one check, $2,533, and give it to employee. Then government say, no, you can't do that. You need to show on the pay slip, basic pay $1,500, your OT is $253, your whatever claims and all that is how much. You need to show itemized pay slips. So that was a law, under the law, we need to do it. But then it's not completely solving the problem. The employee received a pay slip of this and say, oh, my OT is 25 hours, $600, okay. But I thought I worked more than 25 hours. Hey, HR, can you check for me? You have a challenge, right? And OT is not something so straightforward. You see one OT, actually, in the pay slip, you have 3 OTs. OT 1.0 for 1 time. If you work on a public holiday, work on off day, is 1 time. If you work for more than your standard hours, 8 hours a day or 44 hours a week, is 1.5 times. If you work on a rest day, which is normally a Sunday, is 2 times. So you got 3 numbers to check. And 3 numbers to check is one thing. Every company has different policies. Some company implement daily hours, anything more than 8 hours OT. Some company implement weekly, 44 hours a week, right? So the law makes it very complicated. And you need to know which day the workers work on a rest day, which is 2 times. Right, this is one set of problem, but on top of that, as over the years we learn from our customer, they also want something more to control. They want to have grace period. Hey, OT less than 15 hours, 15 minutes is not counted. Or they want rounding, right? Anything up to 15 minutes is 15 minutes, so that the payslip looks neater and not 0.05, 0.02 minutes. So there's this thing that we cater in the system, that we have rounding, we have a grace period, and that makes it even complicated. And then there are some more complications from some customers, so we build these features, that this is the company setting. But for selected employee, they have different settings. This employee got this grace period, that employee got that rounding policy, that employee based on 44 hours a week, that one based on 8 hours a day. So it's really complicated. So when someone call the HR, headache, I got to explain 25 hours to the workers, right? So how to solve this problem, right? So this is our answer to, thanks to AI, to solve this problem. That with Justina, the employee don't need to WhatsApp call the HR. They just ask, can you explain to me how my OT is calculated? Right, look at the pay slip and then type on the phone, can you explain to me? And Justina will then look at the company setting, look at your individual settings, and look at the hours you work, how many hours you work on the rest day, off day, and all that, and then come up with explanations. And this is a summary, and then there is a detailed explanation to show you day by day, rule by rule. To explain for you, on this day you work OT, how many hours, on that day you work OT, how many hours. Some is due to grace period, some is rounding. And then you have no excuse to ask HR, right? Because you can do it yourself. HR will then ask you to sue. If you're not sure, ask Justina. Right, so this is the second capability that we are launching to help you save your time in answering these kind of questions. Okay, so the final capability that we have built, I think probably, I've not seen anybody build it yet, is addressing this problem. What is the problem? That employees, they have a questions, what is my leave balance? Why my OT is like that? What's my pay slip for last month? They WhatsApp the HR, and HR reply, WhatsApp back, but before they reply, they check the system. Okay, your OT is because of this, just like what I explained earlier. Right, they keep WhatsApping each other. And now, we ask the workers, the employees, to WhatsApp Justina. Justina will then do the work for you. Okay, let's see. So this is WhatsApp. First of all, you log in first so that Justina know who you are. Log in a credential. If it will last for a couple of days. Session will be active for a couple of days. So for my case, I use the SSO to log in. Select the company, I'll log in. And once it's logged in, connect your telephone number with your identity. You know whether you're an administrator or a user, your roles, what you can see, what you can access. Then you can ask things like, who's on leave today? Oh, I spelled wrongly, but you still answer. Who's on leave today? Right, I get answers on my phone, on the channel that I use every day. What is my leave balance? Frequent answers to HR, what's my leave balance? Next time they ask you, ask them to say, ask Justina, what's my leave balance? What is my roster for next week, next day, next whatever, right? Retail, industry, F&B is very common. What's my roster? Go and check with Justina. Don't check with me, right? And then what is my OT? OT so far. The workers very conscious about the OT because there's earning. Some of them earn most of the time money from OT. What's my OT so far? Justina will then dig out your data and all that and give you an answer. This is OT. Right? This is my data, so it got negative number in all that. Yep. So it can answer questions based on your real-time data from the systems. So that when the employee thinks that asks you, you just make sure they ask Justina instead. Right. I show you another example. How to apply leave. You can even do action. So far, action is not every action you can do. We limited to a few actions like apply leave, checking pending leave actions. So I want to apply leave from next Thursday to Friday. So I don't need to say what date and set it. I just next Thursday to Friday because I'm going for a short holiday. Right? Just a natural conversations. Natural conversations. And Justina will then understand your intent, understand what you say, and come out with the, or even ask you you're missing the leave type. What leave type? Annual leave. And show you exactly what you want and ask you to confirm because this one requires actions. So okay, you want to apply this, right? Going for holiday is there, everything is set up fully. You just say yes, and application is sent, it's submitted. Yeah, submitted. Right, so even applying leave, you can do it on WhatsApp. Don't need to go to the app. And come back with the push notification, I can immediately approve because I'm the approving officer of this person. Okay, so I rejected the leave, all right? Yeah. So what about some people who only can type Chinese, right? We follow ChatGPT. ChatGPT supports 50 to 60 languages. And same thing that you can type in 50 to 60 languages. So I just type in Chinese. In Chinese, it says 下星期二早上我要请假，因为 my Chinese is not very good. 我带我妈妈去看医生。Next Tuesday morning, I want to take leave because I want to bring my mother to see doctor. Right? And then you replies to you what leave type, which 哪一个请什么假年假 okay? Then Justina will ask you to confirm 确认 I don't know how to type 确认 so I type 是 I think I type 是 and then you just go ahead and submit the leave for me. So you can do in 56. I never try other languages, Japanese, Korean, I never try because I don't know how to type. But I think Chinese works, so I believe others will work as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then come a push notification. The same thing I reject again. Yeah. 带我妈妈去看医生, right? Everything is there. Right. So this is what we are launching today. Basically, to help you navigate the systems. That you have new employees, even if you are new HR, don't worry. You just ask the system how to do things. Of course, we still have our support behind you if you need help. And if your OT is very complicated, you all know now, and Justina will be able to answer day by day, rule by rule, to explain to your employees. And of course, now with the WhatsApp, everyone is here. I believe you all use WhatsApp, right? You just simply use WhatsApp to communicate and interact with the HR system. Right. So I think what you have seen is something that we have been working on. Happy to launch now. But this is not the final version. Rest assured, this is just the initial stage that we will continue to improve on it, enhance it based on your actual usage, and to look into new ways to make working life better with AI.